Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken. I hope this video finds you well. And I moved from my homestead in the north. I've always lived in the northwest except for when I served in the military. I was stationed overseas for the most part. But I'm on a southern homestead in Texas right now, and family needed a little bit of help, so I came down to do some help. And it's minimal. It's all stuff that I've done before, not that concerning. I got trailer lights I need to work on, a set of brakes on a car, and then an oil change, so no big deal. But the concerning thing is last week in Texas. Remember also that Texas is a large state, but there was 10 tornadoes. So I called the kids that night, and I was asking the kids what they were up to, and they said, well, we're getting ready for gardening, and they wanted to know where the big rototiller was, little rototiller it was, how to turn the water on for the greenhouse, because I still have it winterized. And they said no, they're going to go about their business, and it's their growing season, their gardening season. They're going to do that. So after those tornadoes, I came back to the homeowner of the homestead I'm on now, and I says, hey, you had a whole bunch of tornadoes. And he kind of went, well, yeah, it's tornado season. You're going to have to kind of deal with that. And so I thought, well, how the heck do I deal with tornadoes? Because I'm not familiar with that. People around here are much more familiar than I am. I think I've only ever seen 2 tornadoes in my whole lifetime, but in any case, he just says keep your cell phone on you. Once you get that alarm, which I've had a couple, 3 times already, a severe weather alarm, get in the truck and start driving the opposite direction, and they'll go away, come back and do your work. So I thought, well, that seems odd, but anyway, that's how they do it down here. So I'm going to spin around here in a little bit. I'm going to hook a truck. You know, it's not my farm truck, but it's one of the farm trucks here. I'm going to hook it to a trailer, and I'm going to try and diagnose trailer lights. If you've ever done trailer lights before, you realize that there's a gremlin in there somewhere, and I've got to try and figure out what's going on. But yeah, give me just a second, and I'll spin the camera around, and we'll work on that. Okay, so this farm truck's been sitting for a while, and had to get the old gas out of it. Just trying to see if I can get it started running. I just got to move it around enough that I can actually hook up the lights so I can troubleshoot the lights on the trailer. But let's take some of this stuff out of here, as I don't like these funnels. I think it's a new style of funnels, but I'd much rather do that. Mine at home have all the new funnels, or the better funnels on it. But let's see if I can get some gas in here without spilling it all over the place. Okay, so I got the truck backed up. Here, I'll show you. And it's kind of farmed together. But I use these marine grade splices, and they actually come with shrink wrap on them. So all I got to do is heat them, which I'll do here in a little bit. And I had to plug it in. I plugged it in, found a tail light bulb out, which is terribly hard anymore. This is the old style tail light bulb. Sorry about the phone. And then I was working on it just a little bit, and I got another one of these bulbs coming, and that might have been part of the issue. Plus I found a fray down here below. But I'm going to keep working on it. And farming together looks like this, and this is normally how I would do it. And I need to do this wire, this wire. This is a single going into a double. I'm not sure why. I haven't figured that out yet. And the rest of these are just singles, so I can do this one, this one, and this one. The key is, don't do the splice while it's plugged in. And remember, I just plugged it in to make sure the bulbs were correct, and found one bulb that was bad. So I'll unplug it, do these 2 splices, and shrink wrap these in, and then figure out this. If I can do this one and it's still working, I probably won't even worry about that one. I might do that one, I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I'm going to unplug it, because you don't want to short the truck out while you're doing this. And then I'll untape one of these, if I can, and show you. And I don't know why they ended up this way, but they did. Take it apart like that. trim off some of that excess. Then I just got a set of crimping pliers. I take one of those butt splices. These are the ones I like. Actually, I use two, but this is one that I like. I'm going to trim off more of that. And then I've just taken, there's a half mark between the two, and I might illustrate how to use these, but then just give it a pretty good crimp. Give it a tug, and then you're seated. Take the other end, stuff that up in there pretty hard. There's a split mark in the middle, so it kind of tells you where to crimp at. Give it a tug. Okay, so now I got this one done. That's the ground, I think. I'm not sure which one this one is, if it's the brake lights or the turn signal. And then I got to do one more. Actually, I've got to do one more single and figure out what we got going on there. I might try and do that here in just a minute. Plug that back in and actually see what I got going on here in just a second. Okay, now that I'm done crimping, and this is just a 4-way plug, and it only fits on there one way. Okay, find my idiot light. See if I can find a ground. Okay, and then see what we got going on there. Okay, now let's check that one we just did and see if it's got anything in it. Okay, so you see, that's all an idiot light does, is when you got power, and see that looks like a turn signal. And I just got the emergency flashers going because that'll tell me if both turn signals are working. I'm pretty sure this is the ground, so this should be dead. Yeah, and so that's one turn signal. So unless they got, I'm assuming this is another turn signal, unless they got the turn signals and the brake lights hooked together. Well, that's just one wire. Okay, so let's take, I'm going to turn the lights off, take that off, and then I'm going to fix this one and then check that. This is the only double in it. Single, single. Okay, all right, let me work on that. Okay, so I got the truck turned back off. Unplug it again. And then see where that single was. There, I need this one. This is a double, single, ground, turn signal. Okay, get this twisted apart. see where I put them over here. Butt connector. Okay, those are good. Plug it back in and check it again. Okay, all right. Okay, let's check this one I just did. Okay, turn signal, ground. The reason I think there's two is I think they go to both brake lights. But I'm not sure why it comes to here. And I don't know what this splice is right here yet. So I'll work on that in a minute. Okay, so now it's just more of the same. So I'm just going to keep going. I might have to take a little bit of a break though. Getting pretty warm out here.